Alright, hello and welcome back everybody to Skyrim. Here we are, I am in Dawnstar yet again for another Daedric quest. This time we're gonna be visiting a museum, namely this one, which doesn't even look very grand at all. But there's a certain scheme going on here, so let's listen in.
Ancestors wouldn't want this, Silus.
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening, Medina.
Alright, so this lady doesn't want the museum to open.
To the people of Dawnstar.
Alright, so you're a magician. Let's speak to you.
I beg you, don't go into Silus's museum.
Who's Silus? What museum?
Silus comes from one of the oldest families in Dawnstar. They have a complicated history. Several of his ancestors belonged to the mythic Dawn, the cult that almost destroyed Tamriel. His family's involvement was only found out well after the crisis had died down, but it still ruined their reputation. They were outcasts. And now Silus is back, and this museum to the mythic Dawn is his way of trying to rebuild his family's pride. It's misguided. Not a student of history, I see. It's for the best. They're a group that should be forgotten. The only thing you need to know is that they almost destroyed the world, and they were stopped a long time ago. I had hoped life would be simpler here, but war seems to find a way of following me.
Alright, so she doesn't have much else to say, so let's speak to this guy on the porch.
And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend.
Alright, the museum.
Yes, my collection of artifacts from a group that toppled an empire. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for.
Sounds good.
Let's talk inside.
Alright, let's do that. So, we started a new quest, Pieces of the Past. And we shall have to delve inside this so-called museum.
Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned.
Alright, so that job. We shall speak about your job soon enough here.
Here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot.
Yeah,
The
so
greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates.
yeah. Alright, so now when I'm in this museum, he's gonna be rambling on about all kinds of artifacts when I look at them, so I'll just shut up and let you listen in. Some display cases here.
Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used to make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood.
Okay, what about this?
Ah, yes. That scabbard. Notice the insignia? An Oblivion Gate. A key symbol of Mehrunes Dagon, the patron Daedra of the Mythic Dawn.
Okay, what about
That
this?
burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever.
Cool.
The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side.
Yeah, a paradise lost, obviously. So yeah, this place is pretty much a glorified hut, nothing more. But yeah, let's speak to Silus. He seems to have a quest for us.
Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk business?
Let's get straight to business.
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes' razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
Why, of course they are. Stop right there. I'm not interested, but I am.
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders. And the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked.
No questions asked. Okay, the Keepers of the Razor. Retrieve the pommel, the blade shards, and the hilt of Mehrunes' razor. So there's gonna be a plenty of different locations or locales that we need to visit to find them all. I'm sure there's gonna be some opposition. They won't just let us grab them. Alright, what else can we ask this guy?
The razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worshipped Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection.
I'm sure it would. Alright, so what about the rest of these things?
They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. All that remains of the infamous cult I've gathered in my museum.
Alright, and we don't need to ask who's Mehrunes Dagon. He's pretty much just...
Good luck finding the fragments.
well, he's the Daedra, as the guy just told us. So, without further ado, let's exit this place and be quick about it. And go out into the blizzard, maybe snowstorm at least. And yeah, the way I'm gonna lay this out, first of all I'm gonna stop the recording, because I'm doing this on a much earlier save, just to show you the introduction to this quest. I actually went to this place earlier and talked to the guy, but I didn't do the quest itself. So yeah, the easiest way is just to stop it here, and I'll continue with my current character. And we'll start looking for the pieces for Mehrunes' razor. So I'll see you guys soon. Alright, so here we are. I've made a change of scenery. I'm currently in the Whiterun, and I have switched characters. Actually, I'm the same character, but a much later save, the current one, that is. So I'm level 28 instead of 22, and I've done all my other quests, which I've done previously. So, as far as the reason I'm being Whiterun, doesn't really matter, just a random place so we can look into the journal here and decide where to go next. So here we have the quest, Pieces of the Past. You can also see that I haven't done any of the objectives of this quest, even in this save game. Pretty much the only thing I did was I went to the museum and talked to Silus Vesuius. Alright, so here we have the quest, of course. He offers me gold to retrieve the 3 pieces of Mehrunes' razor from their current owners. I guess he doesn't care how we get them. Either we assassinate the owners, or just steal the stuff, or kill everybody. Yeah, so Draskua has the pommel, Gunzel has the blade, shards, and Jorgen has the hilt. So it's up to us to decide which one we shall do first. So let's just jump into the world map. And the first thing I'll do is remove one of my markers, making it easier to navigate. Of course, here we have Morthal, that's the place of the hilt. And down here, far to the south, close to Falkreath, we have the blade shards, which we're going to look into later. At Dead Crone Rock, the region where we'll find the pommel. Alright, so I'll just start with the first one, which is probably the easiest. Just going to Morthal. The only thing I'm a bit anxious about is that I have Monsters mod, Monster Wars installed. And those of you who have played them know the issues. It's gonna be plenty of fighting, especially when you enter random towns. So you wanna be careful. And the first thing I do here is just get my horse off harm's way, bring her into the center of the village. Because as you can see there's already some kind of fighting going on. There's some kind of forest spirits or elementals assaulting Morthal. And the only thing I really worry right now is that they kill some of the vital NPCs in the town here, because you can't really resurrect them unless you use some kind of special commands in the console. But who do we have here? Aren't you lightly dressed for the weather? Yes you are, you're quite a looker. There's a story behind Alva here. A specific quest which I haven't really done. I mean, I've done it previously, but not in this save game. It's quite nice, but I will leave that for later. Damn, it's some kind of futuristic sci-fi battle going on there, with all the bolts flying. Let's just hope it's guards dying and monsters dying. So, without further ado, we shall just ignore the battle going on around us and the action music. Lammy, stay away from the forest. The forest is a dangerous place. And that you know if you've watched any horror movies. Alright, so what's going on here? Oh damn. It's this guy.
Unless it's about the mill. I don't have
Jorgen.
time to talk. Too much to do.
Ooh, we have to be careful that this guy doesn't
The
die.
mill is my responsibility. And that's what I care about. That's all. Understand?
I understand, jerk off. Alright, so we can either ask him, and we are looking for the piece of Mehrunes' razor, but I have another way of getting what I want. What isn't the Jarl dealing with? Those are part of the other quests. So now, if you don't mind, Jorgen, get back to your work. I'll just stay here on your porch and do nothing. I'll just sit here and see if I have any particular ingredients, such as invisibility. I guess I don't. Perhaps I can just crack his door anyway. I really wonder if I have to stay hidden all the time. Damn, Jorgen. Can't you just move
I
along?
just want to be left alone to do my job. And to
Valiant.
enjoy what little free time I have when I have it.
Ooh. That's good. I'm sure you don't mind that I enter your house. Sure, it's okay. I'm gonna do it right now.
Twilight watches us all, Guardian.
Alright, let's just break in fast. Let's hope that nobody saw us. Least of all Jorgen. So, this is his place. Jorgen's chest. Adept. Not too difficult to crack, but still I do lose a pick. Come on. It's easy enough. Well, there you go. Lockpicking increased, out of all things. Flood topaz. I don't want to grab anything that is stolen. I'll just end up having it in my inventory. Especially if I haven't found a fence or anything. That would be unfortunate. Just weighing me down. So there you go. And we just hope that nobody cares. What about you,
The mill
Jorgen?
is my responsibility. And that's what I care about. That's all. Understand?
And about your
Need
wood.
something?
What if I ask him about Mehrunes'
I
razor?
don't know what you're talking about, stranger.
Really, Silus Vesuius says otherwise. Well, I don't wanna deal anymore with this
See ya.
character. It's much better that he doesn't know that I grabbed his item already. His precious artifact. Right now, with the razor in our possession, we can finally get away from this place. I wonder if the battle was inconclusive, or was there a victory? This place is awfully silent. Can we just wait 1 hour? See if anybody remains. Ooh, quite a slaughterhouse, this place. Elementals. That's nice. Why are they emptied? Why don't you possess anything? Like toes of something, something? Look, these guys. Blue stripes, rangers. Yeah, I guess the battle is over. Spirit Atronarch. Ooh, glass arrows and ectoplasm. That is very, very handy. Alright, so I think that's everything. Doesn't seem that any important people died. The assault was pushed back. So yeah, let's just quick travel yet again. This time to Dawnstar. I guess I could go around and grab all the items before going back to Silus, but this serves also as a very good point to stop the recording. We'll just give him the item and see what happens. And probably get paid as well. I mean, we don't do this stuff for free, right? Attacks done while sneaking and undetected will do extra damage. Well, Herbider, that a thing? Really long loading screens. Always the same thing. I guess it's some of the mods which do it. So let's grab our horse. As always, the first precaution. I can already hear a battle going on. It always happens. Dismount. Let's actually see if I can go and help the struggle here, so that no innocent people get hurt. Oh damn, there's a fearsome host outside of the village. What do we have here? What is this guy? Are you friend or foe? Kari? Yeah, so you're a friendly one. Let's summon our little helper here and engage in some combat. Ooh, damn, we don't want to die here. What's this guy? Hunger. Young Dagon. Ooh, damn. Let's cast some Monster of Death on these guys. Ooh, I'm taking heavy hits. Not good. Not good. Let's run away. My computer is being pretty much slaughtered by this battle here. I mean, it's no big deal otherwise, but when you're recording, you need all the frames you can get. Daedric Heart. Blue Stripe Warrior is dead. I'm not gonna grieve for you. You are not even part of the game originally. Is there anything else? Oh, we have a real big battle here. I'll just see if I can weaken them to a certain degree. Was that everything? Ooh, Elite Daedric Faller. Daedric Faller. What you got, dude? Glass arrows, Scroll of Firestorm. A very valuable axe. I don't know if I want to grab it. Guess I should. It's always like that with some of the mod items. You don't know if they're overpowered or just generally weird. So you just try to stay away. But it's no big deal anyway. And of course, there's even more battle. So we're gonna be occupied with some more fighting here. Let's just see if we can ignore them. I mean, those guys are miles away. Well, not anymore. But they were. Alright, so let's continue. I just used the Sanguine Rose here, which I collected. And Ariane, you better keep away, considering the firepower we're facing here. I would just run away from the battle, but yeah. It's hard to say if... ooh, look at our dudes fly here. A Demon Curl, this is not one of ours. Ooh, Daedric Heart. Spell Sword. I like how I don't really care about the battle, just looting all the dead, like a true scavenger. Let's see here. You dudes are douchebags, you know that? We need to take care of them. It's like tons of these guys. Demons, all kinds of annoying crap. Of course, somebody died. I'm fairly sure. Stay alive now. No, I sacrificed myself. And I died horribly. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why this mod is really... This is bullshit. I mean, I really love all the new monsters and all the other stuff, but this is getting very annoying. I guess I shouldn't really go into the battle all that much. I should just let them to die. Leave them to their own devices. Well, let's see where my save game was at. Perhaps there's still something to salvage. Yeah, so it was here. Now let's just replay this moment. See what else goes on when we go to Dawnstar. The fact when you install that mod, you really shudder to even travel to any of the towns. The dragon is pretty much the same thing. I remember back when the game came out, like in Riverwood, you would go into the town and there would be a dragon, the first dragon attacks, and you were really weak, although they are pretty piece of cake later on. And then the dragon would just kill the smith and the vendor dude, and after that you'd have no chance to sell your items. So yeah, I don't even know. Something should be done about that. I'm also pretty sure that these douchebags here will just walk all the way up here, like I'm doing, and face against the monsters. I mean, we did defeat the first ones, but that second wave was insane. Ooh, everybody's covering. What's this guy? I've never seen you before. Ooh, here we have him. Let's place a curse. Ooh, that's some heavy fire coming in. A lot of particle effects. Ooh, that's just blue stripe. Oh, damn, there's explosions. Can't really hear my own thoughts anymore. Come on, cool down, dudes. I know you want to throw some magic in, but this is pretty ridiculous, man. Okay, are they dead? Please say that all of them are dead. Oh, there's a Necker. I loved you in The Witcher 2. You were awesome to kill. It was so nice. Good old times. Call to arms. Ooh, that's pretty valuable. Of course, we lost the items from the previous engagement. And now we have to just take our pick. We didn't get really good items this time. But I will have them. All the arrows, cause why not? And nobody important died. Yeah, probably. We all like beer in one form or another. So yeah, now finally we can just enter the core of Dawnstar and probably survive. Nobody died, perhaps. Yay, the smithy is still here and it's working. Serene. Oh yeah. Anyway, let's just continue. There's my horse as well, standing on the porch, on the railing there. So, let's make our way into the museum, yet again. And hand ourselves, or hand this guy, our findings.
What is it? Did you try the grip? Isn't it eerie how it seems to mold itself into your hand? Here's your gold.
No, I didn't try it out. And I don't want to see it anymore. Or maybe I want to. I don't know. So, this seems like a good place to take off for the day. And when I continue, we'll go out and look for the next piece or the next fragment of Mehrunes' razor. So yeah, see you guys later.